Most people are waiting for their big moment, the breakthrough, the rock bottom turning point, the one morning they wake up and finally feel ready to change everything at once. And the problem is, that morning does sometimes come. You feel it, the energy, the clarity, the absolute certainty that this time is different. Then 3 days pass, and you're back to where you started. Except now you're also carrying the weight of another failed attempt. This is the cycle. Most people will ride it for the rest of their lives, unless they understand one thing. The problem isn't your willpower. It isn't your discipline. It isn't even your habits. The problem is scale. You're trying to cross the entire gap between who you are and who you want to be in one leap. And human psychology isn't built for that. Big changes feel good in theory. In practice, they're expensive. They demand energy you don't always have, in conditions you can't always control. What actually works isn't a leap at all. It's a step. Specifically, it's the practice of taking slightly better steps every single day until the gap closes on its own. That practice has a name, and it's been quietly transforming people for over 70 years. Kaizen is a Japanese word. Kai means change, Zen means good. Together, they mean continuous improvement. It emerged in post-war Japan in the 1950s, initially as an industrial concept. The idea was simple. Instead of waiting for a massive overhaul, make small, targeted improvements to the process every single day. Compound them and watch what happens over time. But Kaizen was never just for factories. It was a philosophy about how people and systems actually grow. Not in leaps, but in layers. Robert Mora, a clinical psychologist who spent years studying this, put it exactly right. Where innovation demands shocking and radical reform, all Kaizen asks is that you take small, comfortable steps towards improvement. Small, comfortable steps, not a revolution. Think about reading. Someone who reads 20 pages a day finishes roughly 20 books a year. After 5 years, they have read 100 books. The person who reads nothing hasn't. Same hours in the day, same industry, maybe even the same office. The difference isn't intelligence. It isn't ambition. It's 20 pages, done consistently, for long enough. Small repeated inputs compound into something the scoreboard eventually can't ignore. You just don't see it happening in real time. There are 3 things this philosophy asks of you. None of them are complicated. The first, lower the bar on purpose. Not because you're being lazy, but because a bar you can clear every single day is infinitely more valuable than the one you clear twice a year. Bob Parsons said it plainly. Small daily improvements eventually result in huge advantages. The word eventually is doing a lot of work in that sentence. Most people aren't willing to wait for eventually. They want quick results. The second, measure direction, not distance. Kim Collins puts it this way: strive for continuous improvement instead of perfection. Perfection is a destination that keeps moving. Direction is something you can choose and control every single day. You can't always control the outcome, but you can always control the attempt. The third, and the one people resist the most, patience. Not passive patience, active patience. The discipline to trust that small inputs consistently applied produce large outputs, even and especially when you can't see it happening yet. Nobody writes about this part. The daily reality of Kaizen is not that interesting on the surface. 200 words when you could write 1,000, 20 minutes at the gym instead of the full hour, reading 10 pages, not 100. Small amounts done consistently, without ceremony. Most people compare today against their best days, the ones where everything clicked, and they felt unstoppable. That's a rigged comparison. The useful one is simpler. Did today move in a better direction than yesterday? One day back. That's your only competition. And here's what nobody tells you. You won't feel it working. There is no moment where it clicks. No turning point you can point to later. Just a person, a little further along than they were yesterday, who kept showing up when nobody was watching. That's what it looks like. Ordinary, repeated, and that is exactly the point. Kaizen doesn't ask for more than what you have. It doesn't require a perfect morning, a crisis, a sudden moment of clarity. It asks one question. What's the smallest thing you could do today that's better than what you did yesterday? That's it. That's the whole practice. The people who apply this consistently don't look impressive day to day, but check in on them in 5 years. The compound effect of small daily choices is invisible in the short term and undeniable in the long run. You already know this. The gap isn't knowledge, it's application. So, what is your 1% today? If you like the content I produce, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel so you know when we post our next content.